What's up, everybody? Welcome to the K-Pop Kimchi Podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with the number one fanboys. I'm your host, Justin Turner, with my co-host, Brian Limper. And I know you were wondering, but we are back at the normal set recording time for what we do.
It is really weird.
I don't even know if we said it last week, to be honest. But
because last week I had something I had to do, so we recorded on a Thursday night instead of a Friday night. And because of that,
threw everything off.
It seems like we haven't recorded in like a month.
It feels like we haven't been in the studio doing anything for so long, even though we literally did it about a week and a day ago.
And it's also weird, too, because I was literally thinking today, I'm like, did I even like upload a video last week? Like, did I do the stuff I was supposed to do? And I did, because we recorded it and I put it up. But
absolutely.
A little time off really just changes everything.
And now we're back, though. We're back. And we are done with Girls' Generation.
I know. Not only are we back, but we're done with our 2-month-long venture into Girls' Generation.
That took a while, but for a Girls' Generation, makes sense. You're going to have to spend a little time.
I mean, we put the hours in, man. My gosh. This is our first post-Girls' Generation episode, and I didn't even know how long. It's been a while.
A long time. A long, long time.
So we got a special new episode for you.
Heck yeah.
But before that, we listened to the new Kepler comeback like we always do, and recorded a reaction video.
Go check that out on YouTube.
Hopefully this is up before and or after that at some point in time.
Go look for it.
But when you're listening to it, we're going to see our first reactions to it. But to follow up, if you have not listened to that or watched it, I will say, I was thinking about it. I knew it was going to be hard to do, but honestly, I might like that one more than Wadada.
Yeah, I think I might too, actually.
And I thought Wadada was like the greatest thing that they ever made, and that was only their first song. Up, I was kind of disappointed in. Wing Wing, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I think it's just because that's a weird thing to say. But this last one, my gosh, it was like 10 out of 10.
It was kind of what we expected from them moving on after Wadada. But then they like cranked it up one more notch. Like I didn't think you could like get more energy than Wadada, but then this song came out and it was really great. Again,
like I think we've only listened to I've only listened to it the first time today, and I think we've listened to it maybe 2 times in other videos since then.
Yeah, we didn't watch it or listen to it before.
Already, I'm like, man, this might be better than Wadada.
I think it might be. I love the mix of like
I didn't want to be that guy, but here I am.
I love the mix of like the fun pop kind of rock sound and then just like the super intense, almost like dance techno-y too. Like it's got a lot of different elements and sometimes that doesn't work. But this one, it did like perfectly. I was really impressed. The video kicks butt. It's
the dance
so
break
cool.
thing is so sick.
Their dance is really great. The outfits are really cool. And honestly, it's just nice to have like that Kepler that we kind of thought would happen come back.
Yeah, exactly. Love
like,
it. So
not that we doubted them, but like we're just glad that this song really is cool.
If you want to see, it's because Wing Wing was the Japanese one. There you go. That's why. Because remember trying to see about all the comebacks they had. Yeah. I was like, I don't remember them being a comeback, but it's because of the Japanese one.
Right.
But so if you want to see our actual reaction, first listen reaction to it, we have a video we're going to put up on YouTube. You can go watch.
Check it out.
Other comebacks that I have not listened to yet, we can check out right now because I forgot about this. Lee Chae-yun from IZ*ONE and
it's her time now.
Yeah, Chae-young's sister from ITZY. She finally put out some solo music.
That's crazy that they're sisters.
Feels like it's been forever. So we're gonna listen to that. I haven't listened to it. He said he's heard parts of it.
I heard a clip.
A couple of people in
sounded really cool, by the way. Really cool.
Discord said that they really liked it, so I'm excited for it. It's called Hush Rush. I'm really not sure what to expect, to be honest with you.
Well, she was just dead. Now she's alive, so that's crazy.
It is kind of. I mean, they do look alike, but it's crazy. In some certain angles, they look like twins.
Yeah, I know. It is wild. They look more like twins than some twins do.
And I'm pretty sure that Chae-yun's the oldest one. Like, she's older than Chae-yun.
Yeah. I just always wonder if they, like, make, like, oh, you see what we did today? Like, kind of one-up each other. Because,
like, legit, like, especially, like, side profile angles, they look like exactly
the same. Yeah, they do. I'm just trying to...
This is, like, super fun.
Yeah, it's nice. It sounded fun and chill and happy.
I wonder what their vocals going on here.
I wonder what their mom looks like.
Wow, that's actually really awesome.
It's chill.
Honestly, not what I would have expected from her. with this weird lip ring thing going on. She's
Is
like
that a
super
real
emo
person?
vampire.
Yeah, she's like risen from the dead.
This is like super like alternative and groovy sounding. I don't always think I can trust anything Josh says in the Discord, but he's right. This song's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. She did a good job. I actually,
I'm glad she finally actually got to go do something.
yeah. I was thinking the other day, just kind of when I saw this was coming out, that I've been very impressed with the breaking up of IZ*ONE in the soloist. Like the
The
people,
soloist was so
the
good.
people who have gone solo, I've actually really enjoyed like every single one of them. Like sometimes there's like one member you're like, I don't really dig that vibe, but I feel like each one of them, I'm like, they have one song at least that I'm like, this is sick.
Actually, all of them have done a really
Like
good job
Yenna's
with
awesome. I
solos.
actually really like Yenna. I like Yenna now than I liked her when she was in
And Yuri's songs,
IZ*ONE.
bangers.
Yuri is actually sick, and hand up, I didn't think Yuri would do anything, to be honest with you.
I didn't either.
But she's sick, and now this is awesome.
And then
And
Yumi
UB's
puts
just
out a lot
been
of good
putting out
music.
like a lot of awesome songs. Like, I definitely can't think of I definitely didn't have like this solid amount of like soloists coming off of it. Just eat that hoagie.
Wow, this is so awesome. I'm honestly like blown away right now. This is so cool. But yeah, I always felt like she like was on shows where she like did random stuff, but she never like got to actually do anything and like make music.
Yeah.
But now she actually got to make music. This is the best. We need to go back
reminds
one
me
day
of,
and listen to our IZ*ONE video we put out like after they broke up, when we said what all of them were gonna do, and see how
That's-
accurate it was.
Oh boy.
Because I feel like at this point it's pretty accurate.
I think we were like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. It was cool. I think the nice thing about Cheon was I didn't have any type of expectation, so like this was a super nice surprise. Because I wasn't like.
That was awesome. Oh,
That reminded me of the. I don't know why it reminded me of the Chobam song. It just kind of like chill.
Yeah. I know, it's
Solid,
got that
like
nice
steady beat that like moves through.
I
the whole
honestly
song.
thought she'd have more like a ballady type of slower kind of song. So that was more like an upbeat.
Let me just say, thank goodness she didn't.
I don't know, just something about it. It's got a good indie sound to it. That was sick.
Yeah, it was good. The
Good
video
job,
is really cool
Cheon.
too. She's like a vampire.
I like that.
Actually, I didn't. I think Yumbi just came out with a song. Like just did. I don't know what it is though. I really like the video.
I'm trying to think what other stuff's happened since literally haven't talked about anything but Girls' Generation.
I know. I feel like we're like so behind on stuff. Like
Update
We're-
on real life stuff. I fell down this huge hole of watching InMix things. So currently InMix is like the GOAT in my eyes.
and here's the thing.
I've watched so much InMix stuff, especially when I was gone this last week and I had nothing to do. I just watched so much InMix videos on YouTube.
Here's the thing.
Everyone
First
is
off,
awesome.
you can go back to an episode. I don't know what number, but you could say when we're saying how we did not like NMIX's debut music, which you still don't. But I guarantee we said at some point this is just inevitable that they will somehow become super awesome in our eyes and one of our favorite.
We
So
did
now we're
say-
at that point. We need to make like a chart where
We
it's
did
like
say like too where we're like at least when we go see them at KCON, if we inevitably end up liking them, we can be like, yeah, we saw them live, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe that'll happen.
each day that could become so much more true. I'm like, yep, so happy we saw them because
Oh, and we both talked about this the other day, and even though we weren't huge fans when it first came out, Dice has super grown on me a lot. I listen to it
Dice
all the time.
Dice, pretty darn good song.
The Big Wave gets stuck in my head.
It's
and I loved Cool. Cool is awesome.
Dice is like a song that is always, I don't know, it's a very catchy song to me. Like it's just one of those ones you're just like humming.
I still don't really like OO or Tank,
Bad.
but
Those songs
Cool
stink.
and Dice are both really good.
Those songs are like, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Those songs are bad.
They are bad.
They're
I
not
don't
good.
like them.
They're just so weird. And like
I thought maybe me liking their new stuff would make me like their old stuff more. Nope.
made me dislike it more actually, and I'm like, what were we doing? But no, they are actually the future, and
I've
you
watched
know,
a lot of InMix.
they're-
That's like my go-to group to watch videos on when I'm working on videos.
they're awesome. And yeah, their recent album, N12, was really good.
And then I saw that one short I sent you, and it was just Highland making goofy faces, and I was like, Stan.
Hey, that's all it takes to flip a switch sometimes.
Stan. Just like when Ning Ning made those stupid faces in the
flip that switch.
It always gets me.
Into Stan. And, like you said, we saw them in real life.
We did see them in real life.
We'll always have that till we die, so.
We did see them. It was awesome. But, yeah, so there's a real update for you, just NMIX's life. Also, another group that's really grown on us recently is Billy.
Okay, talk about the Phoenix Rising. Like,
but their last couple songs after their first debut win, after Ring Ring, their other songs have all been like good.
Really good.
Ring Ring just was not
If
good. If they took out one of the 27 sounds that they had in that, it probably would have been a lot better.
Only 26 and a half, it would be a lot
It's kind of like when people made the guy who made Dr. Pepper, he's like, do I really need all these flavors? Like, do I need to add one more?
I know, he just like sprinkles it in and you're just like,
have you ever read what flavors there are in Dr. Pepper?
Is there like 23?
Yeah, there's like the weirdest flavors. It's like not
Dita
even
for LeBron.
There's so many. I'm like, does he need all of these?
Dr. Pepper definitely has like a taste that I don't really know what it is.
It also smells like holiday time.
It's good. It's pretty good. I don't really drink it, but Let's tastes good.
I'll tell you all right now what the flavors in Dr. Pepper are. Here we go. For anybody who's curious, I knew you were wondering, so you don't have anything to try today, so I'll just give you the update on the 20.
If you want to make this at home, folks.
So you have cola, cherry, liquor. Well, that's not how you say that.
Here we go.
You have cola, cherry, licorice, amaretto, vanilla, blackberry, apricot, almond, blackberry again, caramel, pepper, anise, sarsaparilla, ginger, molasses, lemon, plum, orange, nutmeg, cardamom, allspice, coriander, juniper, birch, and prickly ash.
I feel like he could have made like 10 different sodas from the, you know what I mean? Like if we kind of spaced them
was
out,
he just
you
like, you know what?
More.
Cardamom. Chef's
you know
kiss.
what?
There it is.
This is missing that darn sarsaparilla.
Take that, Coca-Cola.
That's weird. I don't understand. But Dr. Pepper's pretty good, so I'll take it.
Bad.
It's pretty good.
I don't know. I recently changed my laptop background from Girls' Generation to NMIX. So.
It's time. And
speaking of standing in real life, my gosh, Idol looks sick.
Oh,
maybe the best group of all time.
It looks. I mean, just talk about an awesome follow-up. Idol's, I think like "Nude" is the title track.
Dude.
It's like "I Love" or I don't remember.
It's like a weird,
it's
burlesque.
like burlesque, like that is a concept.
Grown
that's
blonde
awesome,
hair concept.
Retro-y. So excited for
Rouge.
Idol coming out. It looks awesome. Don't know the day exactly, but it's coming soon because they've had a million teasers. So excited for Idol. So excited.
I know we said before that Stacey's the future, but NMIX might be the future.
And like somehow Idol's the future too, even though they've
been Idol's just like the goats.
They're just like bringing. I don't know. It's awesome. They're so good.
It's a weird time.
We'll see.
Emotionally.
We've
mentally.
had just since we've been doing Girls' Generation for so long, we've actually had a lot of stuff that's come out in between. So we're trying to like keep up with that as well.
My mind's just all over the place. I just don't even know anymore. But I don't know. Is there any other K-pop stuff that's happened recently?
I'm trying to think.
I'm sure there has.
I don't know if we said anything about Silgi.
Oh yeah, I don't know. She had a comeback. I know we talked about her having her comeback, but I don't know if we ever said anything about it.
I really liked it.
I don't remember what we even did last week. So
I thought it was awesome. I actually really liked it. I was extremely disappointed with the video, but everything else was freaking awesome.
I bet her live stages were really good.
They're good. It was really good. It was a really good song. It's just the video was not exactly what I expected, which I don't know. Just because they had like all the pre-video stuff, it legitimately was like some of the best teaser stuff I've ever seen. It was like a movie it was like almost for like a TV show. And there was like all this, like she's walking away from explosions, like real explosions. There's like she's like a gun in the woods shooting, and she's like bloody by a pool. It's like this artwork like movie thing, and you're like, wow, this is gonna be the craziest video. None of that was in the video.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is the point? Like, why is she walking away from a real exploding fire car, and then that's not even in the video? So that bugged me a lot. But everything else, I actually really liked the song.
It just reminded me of when we were watching Queendom, and they like focused on these dance parts that were super rough or tough to do. And then they like didn't even show anything.
I was just like, okay, like I know, like it was like real effects. Like this is a blowing up car as she's walking away from it. you think that probably took some time and money to do, and then it's literally just for the little preview album thing, and they don't even put in the music video. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is like a real act.
It's like on Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
The guy's like, we got one shot.
Yeah,
and he
like
he sets off all the explosions, and the guy's like in the bathroom doing recording.
I was really bummed. Like, I was like really nervous about. It is crazy. Like, I was probably too deep into it, but the night I thought it was coming out, I didn't stay up. But like, I couldn't sleep. I like lost sleep over this, and I woke up thinking it came out, and it wasn't even out yet. And I was like, oh my gosh. So like, I was really excited for it, and I was really happy with it. I just was not happy with the video. It was just weird that they did all this cool stuff and it's not in it, but I still give it. I give it a really high rating. I thought it was really good.
There's been a lot of good music coming out lately.
There is. There's cool music, and there's cool music coming, and that's just how K-pop is. It just moves forward, and there's awesome people, and if we
really crazy.
If we don't like something, we're gonna love it.
We've talked about it before, how time moves so fast, and it's like, yeah, these groups are gonna miss them when they're old and stuff. But there's really like so many like newer groups that come out. I don't even think about the older groups.
It's sad to say, but unless they're like ones that you really like die for, you do kind of just like move on, and you're like, okay, like
even
there's just so many.
I was saying earlier today, I was like, I feel like WJSN's done a lot of stuff lately because they've been on like a lot of random shows. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it feels like they're not doing anything at all compared to like me watching thousands of videos of InMix doing things. And
I was just like,
how did this even happen?
It's just the K-pop wheel turns, and it's just like the circle of life. And it's not that you don't like groups anymore. It's just it moves forward. You got to move forward with it, or you get lost.
I don't know, man. It's weird.
Like, it's crazy. But yeah, that's just where we're kind of at a. I don't know what generation we're in now exactly.
This got to be getting close to the fourth generation.
We got to be getting into 5 or 4. I don't know.
We're
somewhere in there.
People like.
And of course, there's no right or wrong answer.
I know they say.
Unless you're like, we're in second gen.
I mean, there's like certain years people try to market by.
One time we talked about it.
I know they say on a lot of forums and stuff if you read them, but I mean, who cares? That it's like when a big relevant group comes up and changes, like, I don't know, I guess the scene of music led by like other groups. Mm-hmm. And honestly, in my opinion, the group that probably did that recently would have been like IVE.
Yeah, I think that yeah. Totally agree.
Would it be 5th generation? I don't even know.
I think we're on 5.
I don't even know. That's like a whole
because I think like Red Velvet's 3rd, and then I think there's like ITZY's 4, and then now IVE is kind of 5th.
Because it's just like
is New Jeans 6th? Are we already on 6th? Did we skip 5 and we're on 7?
It says 5th gen. Girl groups be 2014 to present. I don't know if that's right or not.
2014? That's not right.
There's no way.
That's impossible.
Like I said, it's
that
very
means we're
relative
on like the 9th.
to whatever people think. I mean, I don't.
One day we're gonna make an official timeline.
We'll make a timeline like
what we say goes.
Like the crazy guy off of It's Always Sunny in
Philadelphia
with like all
I know.
the strings. He's like science.
That's so
generations. K-pop generations.
That's it's us just like with our pulling our hair out.
Look for that. That's gonna be the screenshot
like
of the video.
It's just like in the middle, like oh. But I definitely think IVE is like one of the kind of tide-turning ones of like, hey, it's time to say we're in a new gen.
Yeah, like I said,
and like NMIX is in that with IVE,
and then you got like New Jeans,
and then like Kepler's with them,
and Billy,
absolutely.
I mean, you can definitely tell there's a whole new crop of like people coming through that definitely like a year and a half ago were not around. So,
I mean, and the craziest thing too is like. It only gets bigger and bigger and bigger with like recent groups we've seen come out are like exploding.
So another thing that's kind of interesting, I was talking to somebody on Instagram the other day because he always messages me and asks me questions. And he's asking about ITZY and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, ITZY's cool. Actually, we got a lot of good songs. But I said it's weird because with the new rise of groups coming, that ITZY came out, it was super popular, made a lot of good music, but they were already at a point where like, they're never going to get like just a huge wave of like brand new fans that go and like them.
Yeah, I think
like they'll still be popular and they'll put out songs and they might get like a hit where like people are like, oh yeah, ITZY's really cool.
Yeah.
But like they had their huge bang of people who followed them, like wanted to be in their fandom, wanted to be, you know what I'm saying? And now it's just like, they're kind of like here, well, you can't really see because it's not a video. They're kind of like, they shot up and they're kind of stagnant where other groups are going to start here and just go up above them. And they're still going to be popular. Like, it's not they're not popular. It's just like they're not going to get that huge fan base growth like somebody like
Well,
an Inmix
yeah.
would, or like a New Jeans would, or somebody, because
It's just
they had their chance to be. I know it's hard to explain. It's like, you get what I'm saying though. It's not like they're gonna have like a huge rush of fans. Like, oh, we've got like millions of new fans following us because we put like one new song.
I don't think that the new ones start at Itzy's top.
No, but I'm just saying.
Oh,
they're
that's kinda
starting, and they're gonna go up.
Well, no,
because
yeah,
they can get
I think
more
any
fans.
group, it's kind of just like
Once you get to a certain point,
like
you're just kind
it's
of
like
like
an airplane
you're popular.
taking off, and then it goes straight up for a long time, and then you kind of level out at where you're going to be. Whereas like, like Blackpink's probably like the highest flying plane, and then you kind of tear it down. But you're right, because you're not just going to explode.
It's like,
because like as a K-pop girl group fan,
because like
who doesn't know who Itzy is?
And like Red Velvet's
You know
super
what I mean?
popular, but I don't think any release they put out is ever going to shoot them up any more popular than what they are right now.
You're going to see, and yeah, you're right. Like you kind of hit a plateau where you're going to gain fans slowly, but you're not. There's no more big.
There's
jumps.
not that big boom to like explode
Because that's not how
popularity.
K-pop works.
It's kind of like my shorts that I show you all the time.
Yeah.
I'll release it.
Oh,
I'm like,
craziest thing
and there'll be
ever.
like thousands of views in like 1 hour. And then after that, I'll get like 10, 12. And I'll never have like another shot of like getting super huge.
And it's literally
that's
just
what it's like when these
yeah.
K-pop groups come out.
And it's
so that's like,
that's why debuting is like so important.
oh yeah, nowadays it is.
You just gotta like.
It's kind of crazy when you look back at some of the older groups, how they weren't really popular when they first came out. And then they had like one song that like made them big.
Yeah.
Like EXID did. And then they were just like popular after that.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's like if you don't shoot off from the beginning in your first like song or your second
like
song,
you have like
you're just like dead in the water.
You have like a window of like your first few,
like a couple months, and then it's just like
because it's like K-pop. It's just like it's like a big thing, but it's small. Where like we were saying, like we know who other groups are, and it's just kind of on us to like them or not. It's not like a K-pop fan is just going to be like, wait a minute, who is Itzy? Like you know who it is. It's just kind of up to you now to go be like the fan, because it's not like,
or see people post on Reddit all the time, and they'll be like, I just discovered this group, they're super good. And it's like their last comeback. I'm like, that's all I know by them. Like, they're really cool. And I'm like, well, what about the other like 12 songs they've had in the last like 5 years?
I guess just now, because we've actually been like deep K-pop fans, like stands for a while, we've like can kind of see that more now. Whereas like some people, like you said, kind of just jump on. They're like, oh, this is my favorite, blah blah blah, and it's like just now. So
I don't know. It's just weird because even in like America, when people make music, like say like a Day to Remember put out a new album, like they had a lot of fans for a long time.
yeah.
But they could literally just release one album in like 5 years and get a whole new wave of fans who've never heard of them before.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think
But in K-pop, it's like, oh yeah, they got this cool
in
song.
K-pop, your window to get that fandom is way shorter than, because I mean, what is the average lifetime of a group? Like probably
4 or 5 years,
probably
maybe?
like 4 years, and we see bands release songs longer than that. It takes longer than that to even release. So
It's kind of weird because, like you said,
you like have to get fans of K-pop right away. Or
you
you're done.
have like your first little month here, but like in America, there's so much time in between albums be released. It's like each album releases like a new debut for them. They can have a whole new wave of fans join them.
Yeah.
But in K-pop, it's not really like that.
And with that, they can kind of promote that as long as they want.
Yeah.
Like K-pop, you have a few weeks, maybe a month sometimes, and it's done.
And then you're on to your
Like
next thing.
you are done, and you are doing whatever's next, which is maybe preparing for another one, or you're gonna wait a little while. Like bands can have an album and tour on it for months and months, years, and then they could take a break
And they'd be gone for like years.
and then come back. Like it's just K-pop's just like everything's so condensed that you have to get everything done quickly.
It is very strange. Things just move so fast.
It's different. It's crazy because we watched a video today before, now recording, and it was 2018, which is a while ago, but not that long ago. And we're like, this is ancient,
What's
black
crazy
and white.
is, like, a lot of the groups that were on there like aren't even groups anymore. They just like are gone. Like 101 wasn't there.
Yeah.
G-Friend isn't there. DIA wasn't there. There's a group I've never seen before that was there.
just so different. It's just,
CLC wasn't
the
there.
landscape of it is just like completely different, and that was just like a few years ago.
And it's like 2022 right now. And I'm pretty sure that like the last album Day to Remember put out was probably before 2018.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And they're still like, oh, put out new music. And people are getting
Yeah, like when
super
was the last
hyped
time
over it.
like Paramore just made a song? When was the last time Paramore made a song?
When did that album come out? It was a while ago.
It was whenever we went to
Hold on,
I was gonna
look.
say Milwaukee. It was not Milwaukee. It was Nashville.
I don't know. It was a long time ago, but my gosh, yeah, it's like there's just so much time.
It's just you have a smaller window in K-pop, and then it's just kind of done.
It's weird.
Unless there's like a couple of
So,
exceptions, but
After
only a
Laugh,
few.
After Laugh.
Yeah, when did that come out?
2017.
That's crazy.
So that came out before that video we watched, and they're just now coming out with music
it's
now.
Craziness.
And it's crazy because they have the loyal fans that stay for him. But now once they put out this album, there's literally going to be a whole smattering of new fans that love this new music and hate the old stuff.
It just like takes a while, so you.
And then people argue about which generation of Paramore songs was the best.
Yeah.
But in K-pop, it's kind of like, okay, we didn't get popular after the first couple months.
You just move.
So maybe we'll have one comeback and it's over. Or it's like, oh, Stacy debuted, they're super popular, they just shot up. And that's like all their fans, you know, like, oh, you have a ton of fans.
Yeah.
It's also kind of weird because there's so many groups that come out. There's almost not time for people to join the fandom later on because they've already latched on to somebody else.
Yeah, and it's just such a thing too, because you really do become like a fan. Like I guess you really stand a group, so it's like makes it hard sometimes to like maybe try and check out someone else or like, oh, I want to check this person out, but then there's these other people and there's these new people. There's just so many different like options coming at you once. It's like sensory overload of all these different groups, so you might not even like get to a different group that you want to see, but.
It's weird.
It just goes so fast, and there's so much at one time.
And then the other crazy
you gotta
part
like
of it-
make your choices, and then you're like,
And then
okay, we're good.
The crazy part of it is like we can pay attention to all these ones, but then at the end of the day, like Itchy's still super popular, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, like, there's definitely. That's why I just almost like it's hard to say because people say everyone that's their fave. That's not Blackpink or Twice is like underrated or something. But it's like you're right. They are they like they might be, but at the same time, every group is going to kind of plateau at a level of fandom, and that's it. That's kind of it. And like they'll slowly maybe gain some more fans, or like get a little more popular. Because I mean, we saw some stuff with like Brave Girls. Like I mean, that was kind of a miracle. But in K-pop, it's just a little more like you're on it or you're not.
Pretty much, yeah. It's crazy. I don't remember what brought this conversation up, but there's a good lesson
That's
for
important.
you.
We haven't really had a deep.
Casey was wondering because we've been at this for a
K-pop.
long time. So I mean,
I was gonna say we're like veterans of the game now. We've like liked this stuff for a while, so we've kind of seen this happen over time.
history.
Now that we're
repeats
going
itself.
into the 9th generation.
But ironically, that folds in perfect into the segue to today's episode.
Heck yeah.
Because we're getting back to the old bread and butter, which is us watching debut videos for groups that have debuted in the last 2 months that we've missed because we've been watching Girls' Generation. Although we did see this one, because the first one up is Cookie by New Jeans. And this is like August, I guess this is late July, but like August to
Right now, sort of.
September.
Yeah.
August, September, yeah. So these are all groups that have debuted. Honestly, since we've been doing Girls' Generation videos.
I know that. I'm like, wait, what is there?
I mean, there hasn't been a ton, but there's actually been a good amount. And I told Justin it's crazy because I'm like, was looking through all the stuff of like the groups that debuted, and I've never heard of like any of these except for New Jeans.
Which is kind of hard to not hear about.
Yeah,
New
apparently they're
Jeans.
just like the grade. Apparently they're just Generation 27. They're like the most popular hyped group ever. Well, that's false. Idol was.
Most first week sales by a girl group. I think it was most first day, and then first week ever of anybody. And I'm like, how?
I will say Cookie is a pretty good song. I'm not a fan of like what's their other song?
I just don't see it.
I don't either. But what was the other song? It was
Hype Boy.
Hype Boy.
And then there's like another one too. I forgot.
this song is actually pretty good.
I think it's cool.
Pretty chill. But I
Not
don't
bad.
I like it more than the other two songs. The other two songs I wasn't a huge fan of. I know
But
everyone loves Hype Boy though.
as far as the like explosion, like if you're telling me that they break out and be more popular than their sister group, I guess their older group, La Seraphim, I'm like, no way. I don't even know who these people are.
Or like you were saying the other day, like other idols are like commenting on them, like, wow, they're so innovative, like they're like the
How?
future, like they're like changing music. I'm like, what?
You're gonna tell me that Chaewon and Sakura aren't gonna blow people out of the water, even though they did because they had all the records. Actually, I just think it's all rigged by Hybe because they're in the same team. It's just like Disney releasing a Marvel movie.
Isn't
and-
Hybe like a subsidiary of like a big hit?
Yeah, it's just a big scam. It's like
So
Disney-
shout out to anyone who thought BTS being gone was gonna affect Big Hit in any way.
No.
No.
It's the ladies are here to take care of business. Like Disney owns Star Wars and Marvel, so it's like fans always go back and forth. It doesn't matter. Disney owns them both. They get all the money.
Yeah, I need a date.
As long as Everyone's selling albums. Hype's happy. Which La Seraphim is coming back and it looks awesome.
Yeah, so and La Seraphim's coming back here, so they're about to be rolling in dough. They just had the greatest cover of Love Shot.
Oh,
So, I mean...
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, I'm sure at one point we're going to sit here, if we still do this podcast, and be like, New Jeans, greatest group of all time, because that's inevitable how things happen. But right now, just don't really see it. A lot of the members are pretty young too, so maybe not jumping in the stand right away. But this song is cool. The other ones, whatever.
This song is... Oh, yeah, I like this one. Just such a chill beat. It's no Dice by Inmix.
They just had them ready to debut, or I don't know if they... I remember people said they moved it up because Garam had her issues, so they're like, all right, we got to debut them. I was like, well, that worked out.
I'll just say what worked out for him. A lot better than aespa worked out for Red Velvet and SM when they debuted. Because remember, everyone was like super mad at SM over it.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the whole Irene thing.
I feel like, I don't know. aespa's kind of an interesting case. Even though aespa, Girls, their last album, best-selling girl group album of all time. Anybody's album. It's the best-selling one of all time I saw.
Wow,
I was like,
kind of crazy.
That's
I
pretty
feel like
good.
these numbers are all made up. Who makes these numbers?
I don't know. And I also feel like it's just like the numbers will only... Also,
like at this point, does it
not
even
sure
matter?
about it
Because everybody who
because
comes
they're
out
making
just breaks a
money.
record.
I was gonna say, as the time goes on, the numbers just get broken.
It's not like sports records where they last for years and years and years. At this rate, they last like a month, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't know,
I was
but
like,
yeah,
it's like, oh, Girls, greatest girl group album of all time. It's like, sick, good job at aespa.
this is also that was the only one I've heard of before was Cookie by New Jeans, so I don't know who these other people are.
I do.
So next up, we have Veil with the song Taste.
Is this Hikaru's hat? I'm gonna throw a brick.
Is it?
If I see this hat twice in one video, or in the same hat in two different videos that I've never even seen before. What was this group called? Veil. Pretty cool. Ooh, whoa.
Okay, we got that low budget video.
Low
going
budget
on.
instantly.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Is this a school project?
Also, for anybody who doesn't know, one of my favorite things is like B-grade horror movies. So like the really like janky ones looks like they're filmed with like their friend's video camera.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it does.
It's the
look
same
like
freaking hat.
it just doesn't have the ears.
Where's this?
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of these low-grade videos. It's awesome.
Is that the basketball court? CLC's basketball court?
I hope. Man, a little bit crazy fence. It was like.
They really do not want people going over that. Alright, Veil. Not the worst name.
Ooh. This little chorus part's nice.
I kind of wonder, like, whoever this company was. I'm like, so what are you getting at here?
I don't know.
Certainly has some slow BPMs.
It really does. So this is kind of a different song compared to normal K-pop songs.
Yeah, it's a little dark. Real dark.
Seriously, it looks like it was shot by the guy who made like the Blair Witch Project.
I think it was an iPhone. A good quality iPhone.
Also, shout out to iPhone. Like, what a good quality. My
Yeah,
gosh.
it's a good quality iPhone.
Oh, this weird like. I don't know. The weird
What
effect
was
is
that?
freaking me out. We're like they're not moving, but the rest of it's like moving. You know.
I don't want to be rude because this isn't that
Too
bad.
late now.
But
Just do it.
I feel like we can make a better video. Like if we just put our heads together, we can at least think of something better.
Probably. I mean, they don't really do anything. Just kind of like walking
There's
around like a
standing.
warehouse.
Like we can at least get like a funny video of like playing basketball or something.
I do like this though.
Doom, 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 doom.
They definitely look older, so I don't know. I wonder what company this was.
I have no idea. That's always actually the most fascinating thing.
It just says
is-
Veil.
That's 23,000 views. I mean,
Did they get to go perform on Music Bank?
They might. You never know. I feel
That
like
is true.
people
Remember
watching
that,
those.
what was that one that we watched? It was like super bad, but they were actually on Music Bank or like Showcore or something.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And
I
I was
just
like,
do not
and
remember
the
name.
live version was actually
It was
100 times better than the video.
It was like pretty good. The video was just not good.
Yeah.
They were like the maids or something.
Yeah, it was
They were like,
really random.
They were like cheerleader. I don't remember. The video was not great.
Next we have the song Baby Dream by the group Bubble.
No idea what this is. Never heard of it.
This is the official music video right now, so this looks more like a dance video.
I love it.
They also look like the 12.
They look like New Jeans. Just get the person.
Right off the bat, whoever mixed this made the music so much louder than their vocals.
I know they're so quiet. Are they gonna get louder?
My favorite part about doing these episodes is we really just go into uncharted territory because I have no idea what
Oh,
to
it's the
expect.
best. It's the best. And I'm like, ooh, girl, what are we doing? Ooh, honey.
This is not it.
But then you're like, they're trying their best, so you're gonna be like, okay.
I mean, hey, they actually debuted. That's more than like. Honestly,
that's more
a lot
than
of
thousands
K-pop
and
idols.
thousands of people trying to do it.
It seems like it'd be like
I
an
feel
opening
like-
song, like an OST for like a drama or something.
Yeah.
They're all very young though, I can tell you that.
They look very young. They do. Just dancing in the nice foyer.
A little better quality than the last video, but it's also just like shot in like a practice room. There's not much going on here. Also, for anybody wondering, if you're just listening to this, we never like put like solo debuts on the thing, just groups.
Nope.
Although I did see there's a solo release on August 31st of Year from Everglow.
I didn't know that. It's Chinese?
I just
Korean?
says Year and Everglow call solo release.
Need to check that out. Love Yearn. She left. Where's Everglow? What do they do?
Yeah, she was gone for a little bit. Didn't she say she was like going to school or something?
Yeah, she left to go back home.
I don't know if she ever like came back.
Everglow just,
She kind of fell off.
they fell off. They did.
Also, although not a debut, we might have to check out Crazy by Dustin.
Oh, those are our boys, if you know.
If you know, you know.
We've hated on them a long time.
If you know, you know.
What if they're like sick now?
We were there from their debut in the dusty basement.
It was the worst video I've ever seen.
They got the golden
We've
raspberry.
seen some,
for the
we've seen
worst
some
video I've
darn
ever seen.
bad videos.
We'll have to listen to that at the end as a special treat to the fans for the Patreon.
Once we get that Patreon, we're gonna make bank.
Good for them. What if we really did look it up and they've had like 6 songs and we've never even seen them? And they're like freaking
This
like,
is like freaking like
just bangers.
35 million views in a day.
They're just like 80s or Stray Kids now, just freaking awesome.
I'll take back everything I said, but until then, I'm still gonna be a #1 hater.
Also, we gotta check out this song. Probably not on this, but I'm looking at a list of like comebacks and debuts that have happened, right?
I definitely want to see Urines.
And apparently, Gravity had a comeback, and it's called Party Rock.
That sounds
awesome.
like I'm gonna put my anticipation through the roof. That sounds awesome.
If you name any song after a song that like LMFAO made, like it's gotta be good.
You probably are doing something right.
We really,
That song's put me to bed.
we really need to go
Whoa.
on the ground of amusement. Wow, that's intense. So, I feel like maybe next year we're really just gonna start a real ranking system for the debuts, and it's gonna be like
I want a big paper on the wall, like a giant wall.
it's just gonna be a number, and we're gonna assign a number to the group of how long we think they're gonna last before they disband.
Over under. I like it. Let's keep that betting down. Okay. I don't know who this is. I never heard anything. I don't know what it is. But I followed these people on Instagram.
The group or the
The Wayna or something?
is it a group or is it a person?
I think it's a group.
I was wondering.
I
that.
follow them on Instagram.
All right.
No idea what they do, what it sounds like. I just...
So this is Wayne, and their song is Like Psycho, and they're formerly known as Clip.
Ooh.
There's 4 of them. Really bad green screen effects. This song's actually kind of fun.
Kind of fun.
Is that like Baby Gia?
I think it was just like one of those things. Yeah, for real. Jeez.
Is that Nicki?
Dude, I would die. She like would be in a K-pop group
Just, like,
randomly.
randomly.
Like, hey guys, guess what I did? I debuted.
She's like, I don't know.
I think there was like a suggested thing, and I was like, oh, there's a group, and I followed them. Like, we'll see what happens here.
This song's actually really fun.
They got a like okay video actually. Like it looks cool. They got some different settings.
They're like in the same little random backstage room that you see like a ton of video shot in. Like Woo-Wah's
They have this
debut.
big old arc reactor behind them.
Man, that girl's swole.
She's buff. My gosh, she hit the weights.
She really is. This song's actually pretty
This
fun.
is pretty
I like it.
solid.
So far the best song we've heard. Well, I don't know. Cookie's pretty good. But I also
Oh
heard
yeah,
that before.
Cookie's
so.
good, but like that's unfair because they have a giant budget.
That is true.
Money machine behind them. This is our chance to really dig in deep and just see the
Grassroots.
people trying to make it from the mud.
Seriously.
This is not bad.
I like it.
I just like the little upbeat.
Please tell me they're on Music Bank. It's just so fun.
It's kind of like not trying to do too much, which is good.
It also is like a nice, like, just fun sound. A
Yeah.
lot of girl groups these days are like more like serious or girl crushing. It's just not.
I'm waiting for that because I feel like we've been doing that a while. Like I'm trying to go back in time
trying to get some
kind of
Cupid
do
by Oh My
more
Girl.
of like this kind of like.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. If I was a person at a company, like I would just hire the person who made freaking Majors music.
Seriously, where's Majors? They're so
Their
good.
music was so sick.
All right, well, these guys are cool. Can't wait to see what they do next.
This isn't bad. Now I don't have to unfollow you.
Trust me, I've seen a lot of songs
Giselle?
from way more popular groups that have way worse songs.
Looking you, oh
Yeah, or
and
Tank.
Tank. Tank is awful.
I don't even know what freaky, freshy, freaky,
That's a,
freaky.
but who thought of that lyric? JYP's like, I got it, guys.
Guys, it's like that
I'd be
one
like, I'm not singing this.
song with BTS and Juice WRLD, R.I.P.
yeah.
When he just says all night like freaking 14 times
Just,
in a row.
if you say the same thing.
He just ad-libs it in there.
At least theirs was like cool. Dude. It's just like, I just like nod your head back and forth.
It's just so fun. They're so happy looking.
I just like these kind of drums.
They definitely made some rock band. Garage band.
Good
That was awesome.
job, Wayna.
Good job. At least had this terrible green screen back.
That was like the opening and the end.
That logo's sick.
That W's cool.
Next we have our only boy group on here, I think. And it is Landing by Boyhood. Boyhood, we've all been there. And I guess these guys look like they're
Is it Chinese?
like Chinese, maybe?
Someone has a budget.
I know, right? It's crazy because you can't really say that they're not even a K-pop group anymore because they're Chinese, because other countries have debut groups all the time and they're K-pop groups, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, freaking, what's it called? They're like all girls from another country.
XG.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
XG?
like Japanese and they sing in English, but they're a K-pop group. Like,
That was like, blew my mind.
we've also heard a lot of really cool groups that are like from other countries on here. It's like a pretty cool song. Like
That
the
floor's
one
cool.
Filipino group was
Yeah.
freaking sick.
They were cool.
Also, Exile Tribe, all their groups are pretty sick, and they're definitely not from Korea. It seems like nowadays, more than when we first started listening to it, the K-pop's just a more broad term that just
Yeah.
accompanies a lot of things.
I just think other countries have like kind of latched on and
Yeah.
just saw like its success.
And then
So
you
they're
see-
like,
Even you've seen like companies in America try to make like
you kind
groups
of
kind of like K-pop formula.
Yeah, we saw that thing with JYP
Yeah.
and the guy at Rise or whoever. They're trying to like debut someone like a K-pop artist, but they're
And
not.
then you even see K-pop groups who have sub-units or smaller groups that only perform songs in certain languages. So it's like, it's still K-pop, like
Which-
Wavy, but it's like, they're not
It's genius.
K-pop.
Yeah, it's genius. You market to the other markets that like it.
Or like the groups
This
that
is
make like
pretty cool.
Japanese releases are really popular.
Yeah.
One popular group was it wasn't Day 6, it was In Flying or whatever.
Yeah.
When they said that they like literally debuted in like Japan and were there for like ever before they came to Korea.
Yeah.
And they're like super big over there. And honestly, I think a lot of companies have realized, as you can see from like even like Inmix or like I'm trying to think of the other group is, there's a lot of foreign members. But it's like they see the more inclusion they have of other countries in their groups, that like more countries like
those members like always popular.
Kind
They're
of
very popular.
latch onto that group and make them popular because they're like, oh, they're from where I'm from, like I'm gonna support them.
Yeah.
Especially like Thailand, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a lot of Thai members.
And then we saw how fast Kepler went into Japan.
And then it's huge.
And they like went and already had like performed in Japan with, and they have a few Japanese members like.
And they always have the Japanese following, the Chinese following.
And like you have just a member or two from Japan. It's like boom, there you go.
And a lot of people from like the guys or girls that are from America that come into groups, like people in America, like may only know that member from that group because they're from America. Mm-hmm. Look at you, Peniel.
Flying high, like.
Or like a lot of people like huge fans like Mark and NCT, which is from America, so they're like, or like Wendy, or you know.
It's crazy.
So I mean, I feel like generally the more it expands, the better. It is kind of weird. It's kind of cool logo.
That is sick. I love it. Just simple, but I love it. That was not bad. Boyhood, not bad.
Yeah, it's like the more you expand out to other countries, the more popularity you're gonna have for your group.
I just think the wildest thing too is like there's just like so much now and so many groups and but it's like people love it. It doesn't matter. Like the more the merrier.
Basically.
Like someone's gonna have a fan. Like anybody's gonna have some kind of fan.
Next we have POA, whatever that means, and it is called Stand Up. I have no idea if it's a girl or boy group. I guess it's
I'm expecting. I don't know. Ooh.
Oh, there's way more members than I thought there was.
Oh my
All
gosh,
right.
the shipping yard.
They got like that. Looks like right now they got that budget from Nine Muses. Wow.
Oh my gosh, hold on, folks.
We might have a winner. Okay.
All right, we're still going.
I knew I just need to take him home with this sick chorus.
Ooh.
It's also kind of weird. These outfits like don't really match with each other. I'm not really sure what's going on. One girl's like a tennis player.
She's like a boxer. Mixing multiple styles here, I see.
I will say right now, verses are way better than the chorus.
Kind of fun.
She's like,
She's just all about sports.
yeah, she's a tennis player with a baseball mitt. Someone's like, we need a sports theme. Got you. Say no more,
They just like
fam.
throw some equipment.
Say no more.
Look, she got a baseball bat.
Seriously, sporty spice out here.
Yeah, for real.
Honestly, talk about the ultimate K-pop group,
Yeah.
Spice Girls.
K.O. just like took what that was of like
Essentially, yeah.
like boy group kind of stuff, like
or like
NSYNC, all that, and then they just like made it their own and the best. And we're like, all right, we're gonna make everything this.
whoever remembers S Club 7 out there.
Yeah.
K-pop is the ultimate evolution of S Club 7.
Which is awesome because groups are awesome.
That girl's so much better at skateboarding than me. Also, who are you?
What happened to our first rap verses? That was cool. We just like abandoned that. Like this song isn't like horrible, but like it had my attention early on.
Yeah, the first opening verse was
I was
sick.
like, hold on. I was like, easy 4-minute.
I don't know, this chorus is kind of weird.
It just like changed.
Compared to the rest of the song, it's like they go from like rapping in like a cool
What is?
verses to like hands across America.
I gotta get out of the shipping yard before the guys gotta come move that. That's like so much stuff.
I mean, definitely not the worst debut song.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad. Not bad.
Kind of interesting.
Good for them. It's pretty fun, fast paced.
At least you got 5 members, so that's good.
Absolutely.
Gotta love those
Just
odd
the
numbers.
best.
Hands across America, we did it.
On air.
Stand up.
Okay.
Is that what
That was fine.
POA means? What's the P mean?
Maybe people. I don't know.
I don't know. It's weird. Maybe I'll look into that later. Next we have, is it
Mimi Rose?
Mimi Rose? Meme Rose?
Mimi
And this I
Rose?
do know is a group. I don't know if I've ever listened to the song. But this is the group that has Gia in it that was in Girls Planet.
That's all I know.
She was like,
Hello, Sample.
I know, right? She was in the group with Youngin when they did their debut thing for Girls Planet.
They're Kick
They're
It.
like from the
their
same,
Kick
like,
It
yeah.
debut cover thing that like blew up.
They're like big friends. Big friends. They're like good friends. So
There's Sogi's top.
we're also waiting for her to debut in a group because she did a lot of like cover dances and
There
videos
she is.
on YouTube after she got eliminated. And we're like, man,
She
she's
was
gonna be sick
someone.
when she debuts.
She was someone everyone really loved in Girls Planet, and we honestly like weren't necessarily like buying in on the hype. But afterward, like you said, we were like, "Wow, she's really cool."
Yeah,
Like,
she,
she
like,
kind of
blew up.
became more cool as we like followed her on Instagram and just saw her dancing and
So I'm
stuff.
glad she actually got to debut in a group. Well, this song's called Rose. I don't know if I said that.
I hope their next one's just Mimi. There it is.
Well,
Whoa,
That's crazy.
That was wild. I feel like a lot of people have used this diner thing before.
you know who she honestly looks like? Freaking Fire Eyes from.
Che, what was her name?
Yeah, the one
I
that's
know
in.
who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
She's in Bugaboo now.
Ugh.
She
What
looks
an
like
idiot.
her.
Changing it up here.
Produce 48. There you go.
Yeah.
Cheon? I'm pretty sure her name is
This
Cheon.
is Cheyenne, yeah.
But she like was Fire Eyes because her eyes
She
like
was
super.
so funny.
She really looks just like her.
I don't know where Mimi Rose
Man,
came
this-
from, but they certainly have some
They
money
got
for
some
the
type
video.
of whoa. They definitely have some type of budget, whatever their company is.
It's alright.
Well, I can tell you definitely they were on Music Bank because I saw them walk into Music Bank.
We did. I think they have some fan. They have like some popularity. I think. I've seen people like mention them.
It was a pretty good debut.
It's really not bad at all.
It just has that kind of more girly crush.
Yeah,
feel
it's
to
just
it.
kind of like a normal girl group song. Just poppy.
Good for you, Gio.
She was cool. I mean, she definitely like became more of a fan afterward. But she's cool.
It's also crazy. You see a lot of these newer groups debuting or like other videos, and you're just like, you can see certain parts. You're like, yeah, they probably saw this part of a like the more popular group video, and they're like, that's cool. Let's do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That just looks terrible.
That looks. I would not want paint thrown in my face. Hopefully, they only had to do one take of that.
I just can't get over how much that girl looks like the girl from Bugaboo.
That was okay. It was not
not
bad.
too bad.
Pretty solid, honestly. Pretty solid.
But now we're getting into the GOAT debut here from
This
like
is the
2
only-
years ago.
Only one we actually care about.
The whole reason we made this episode. So for anyone who doesn't know, another awesome thing that they have in Korea is the cheerleaders. And they're like a whole big thing. It's not like,
They're idols.
honestly they are. It's not like
essentially.
in America where you have like, just football cheerleaders, that's all they do. They're like groups of cheerleaders.
Mm-hmm.
And they like go, I feel like they're like through like some type of their own agency kind of thing. And then
Yeah.
they get like rented out to go cheer for
They
certain
go
teams.
cheer for certain teams, and it is like the same people or a variation of that team.
Yeah. So it's like there's like 10 of them. Maybe 4 will go to one
Yeah.
place, 5 will go to another place, or sometimes all of them will be in one place. But they literally are just as popular as like the K-pop idols are.
Like
they have runways.
they have fan.
People take pictures of
accounts.
them.
I mean, we see.
They have trading cards.
Tons of pictures. People get.
They buy them
autographs
gifts. They
with
give them
them.
stuff.
And they like, and like they're not, well, we don't have cheerleading at baseball games. I think other countries do, so it's like different for us to see cheerleaders at a baseball game. That's like the main one that was just in season was baseball. But they dance to K-pop songs.
Oh yeah, they do like
have
cover dances to all the like popular songs that are going on.
They have like their own kind of song dance things for whatever game, and they hype up the crowd. The crowd loves them.
And they've got like their own like jerseys, their numbers people
They each
buy.
have like their own like they all have like their different color hair. I mean, it's essentially like a K-pop group. It's just different. It's just a cheerleader.
And they do like baseball, basketball, women's volleyball, like men's volleyball, soccer.
Oh
anything.
yeah, they're really at any of.
But they're like everywhere. But there's like multiple groups, and like I said, they're like different teams for like different agencies. So there's like a bunch of them. But one of them, who's like the Wizards team, or what are they? It's
Wiz-N or something.
K-Wiz or whatever. K-Wiz.
Yeah,
That's one of the I guess the baseball teams that they cheer for.
yep.
A couple years ago, they debuted their own girl group with some of the members that they have. And honestly, all of them look good enough to be idols. So, it's not like
absolutely.
crazy. But the name of the group was Wise In, and the name of the song was Between Us. And it's actually on Genie Official, so it must be somewhere.
That means it's real.
I've never heard any of it. I just discovered this like 2 days ago. But it's got a lot of the cheerleaders that we like and follow on Instagram on the thing because the group is
They're real.
I know it just has a lot of
it counts.
people we like. So they officially debuted as a K-pop group 2 years ago, and we're going to see if the song's any good. I don't know what to expect from this. Okay.
10 out of 10.
All right, well.
Song of the year of 2017. They're on the baseball field.
Okay. Yeah, okay, KT Wiz, there we go.
Yeah. Gotta keep that branding in there.
Dude, we're just filming on the baseball
They're
field
on
right
the
now.
outfield. Who needs CGI when you have a baseball field? I'm pretty sure their team or company or whatever like opened up. It was like an academy or something for like I guess training to be a cheerleader or something like in the stadium. There's like a room. It's like a dance room.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't know I was gonna listen to the best song of all time today. 10 out of 10.
This is everything I hoped it would be and more. Did they go Music Bank?
How many awards did this win?
Seriously.
Did it reach the limit?
Did they get eliminated early on for getting that Triple Crown?
They got too many Triple Crowns. Most winningest group of all time, probably.
By far the best song we've heard today.
Easily a 12 out of 10. Oh my goodness. I'll always root for the cheerleaders.
Why did they only make one song?
No idea. Is there B-sides to this?
I know, right?
Where's the photo cards?
Was there an album? Can I get the photo cards?
Gosh, I would go to baseball games all the time.
Wow.
I just want to go work
This
for
is
the
the best
team.
day of my life. Although, honestly, with all the dances they do, like cover songs, it's not too surprising they're like good at doing normal, like.
Oh yeah, I'm
K-pop
actually
stuff.
kind of surprised they didn't just try to make some more, just cause. Where's the video of them performing this at a baseball game? They had to perform it for the crowd. Because when they dance, they dance.
How does
just
this only have
like-
22,000 views?
This is a disgrace.
This is a travesty.
Everyone go watch it. It's kind of like old school K-pop. I
It
feel
really
like.
is. I can definitely tell you what year this came out based off that synth sound. Wow.
I just love baseball.
Seriously. I don't even like baseball, but I like baseball now. Should have done a live reaction to this.
Release another song.
Seriously, how do I sign that waiver?
I wonder if any of the other teams did any music.
I don't know. I wish I could find out. But I like try to
Until we
Google
die
stuff
and
never
Hannah
know.
do not have an awesome dual solo song or something.
There's also just like so many of them. Like,
Oh, we see like swear we see new ones every day, and we're like, who is this?
wow.
Good job, Wiz.
Stan.
100%.
Are they still together? Are they still technically still together?
Yeah, I know.
How do I join the fan club?
Do they ever actually disband? Like, can they disband?
How do I join this fan club? That was sick.
Love it.
All right, well, that's a 10 out of 10. So, the only way to wrap this episode up, the first ever post Girls' Generation episode, is listen to this Dustin comeback. See if they've made any progress from the last time we saw them. Something tells me they literally might be worse than the first time we saw them, you know?
Oh, boy.
I don't even know what to expect.
They're so bad. But they've had a comeback, so they made it longer than I thought they would.
They must have made some type of money if they had enough money to fund themselves doing something.
Okay.
Whoops.
Is it creepy?
Crazy.
Ah.
Oh, here we go. Also, when you have a name Dustin, you really just have to...
You gotta scroll down there. Looks way better.
It really does already.
You got 9,000 views.
Here we go. We'll go to this one that has the...
11,000
on their official channel. Here we go.
They heard the hate.
Whoa!
They got a better
Crazy
logo. Okay, this is the same freaking place. Whoa.
I feel like there was more of them before.
I swear there was too. We'll have to go look at the K-pop profiles.
I will say already better quality than the last video.
The quality is better.
Let's see. Dude, at least the name of their fandom is The Stan.
That's awesome. It's like the best fandom name ever.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Is there former members on there?
Yeah. There's 8 former members.
Holy crap.
So
well, we were right. So a whole group left. Oh. Did they not learn anything from the first one?
I guess not.
Jeez. At least the camera quality is better.
What company are they from?
Yeah, I want to know.
LPA Entertainment. What are the names like?
What the heck do you guys do over there?
Comeback preparation. I'm trying to look at this debut here.
I just don't know if this is their first comeback since debuting.
Here we go.
What?
So it says, out of
Hey.
out of all the members, it says on here only one of them is from 2019. Everybody else is from 2022 to present.
So they're like a whole new group?
Pretty much.
Wow.
And then there's
Except for one guy.
4, 5, 6, so 8 of them left.
That's so many.
And they had one pre-debut member that wasn't on there. And somehow they made a subunit.
What? This makes no sense. And there's one dude there from the beginning.
That's what it says.
Is his dad like the owner of the company?
Maybe. Man, I guess the 1 year they were a group, let me tell you, if you're a fan, you really just... Did they not steal this dance move from somebody else?
Probably Dreamcatcher.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how that, like, 8 people left one dude.
So it was originally 9.
So we bring in these new guys for a 5-member group, and they're still Dustin.
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, this is not good.
Sorry to all those stands out there.
I don't even want to be mean to them. They have been through enough trying to stay in this group.
Goodness. They've lost more members in 1 year than Nine Muses has lost in a whole career.
Ugh.
Alright.
Damn, that sucked.
Well, that was quite the experience. At least they're still a group. Good for you, Dustin.
I just can't believe there's like one person.
You've put out more music in the last 2 years than Wacky Macky has.
Yeah, you absolutely have. You can't beat those numbers.
That's just
Oh,
facts.
that was bad.
That was weird.
I don't know why they didn't. It's weird they didn't like change the name. I guess they had too many fans. So
Houston. I guess.
Oh, golly, that sucked.
I don't know.
Sorry, guys.
But man, it seems...
I'm not gonna lie, I expected more.
It's weird, just getting back to the old grind after...
I mean, their first video was like in a dusty basement. Now this one was like a little more quality dusty basement.
You know what? After experiencing all these new groups, I'd really just like to say, is it too late to go back and just watch more Girls' Generation videos?
Yeah, I know.
Can we just keep that going?
Maybe we just made the wrong choice.
We spoiled ourselves.
Maybe it's okay to just like the best people.
I don't know, but...
Because there wasn't anything.
Let me know
there.
if any of you guys are
really...
fans of those, because I don't know if to let them
Nothing really blew me away. The one group, POA, I don't know. They had that first rap verse. I was like, we got something cooking. And then they just decided to throw it in the trash. There was a couple, like, I don't know, just like, I mean, Gia's group, it like wasn't bad. Nothing about it was bad. It's just nothing about it was like
mind blowing. Let's just
super
say
head turning.
It was not Wada Da.
It wasn't Wada Da. It was not a lot of things. It wasn't Ring My Bell at all.
That's
like,
a great song.
It's just like, I always try to think of like, I don't know, with groups I don't really know to like other groups I don't like super stand yet of a great song. Then I'm like,
these not debut. Hold on, I'm like reading this, and it says there's a pre-debut song that came out for.
Please don't say Dustin.
For Limelight, the one 3-member group of these girls we saw walking the thing.
Yeah.
They put out a pre-debut, but not a debut yet.
Of course, it's probably like the greatest song ever, and then they'll never have a song as good.
And then we'll have to wait, and they have 2 pre-debut releases.
That's weird. I don't get it.
I don't either, but.
I would just
maybe they'll debut next month. Well, I guess this month, and
I would just keep having pre-debut for like years, and then be like, "It's time to debut."
I know, right?
Year 5,
and then it's like your whole album is just all your pre-debuts put together.
That's K-pop right there. That's what you would do.
But I hope you guys had fun listening to this. It's a little different. It's a little different than what we're used to doing, but it's what we always did before we took 2 months off. So.
It was honestly, it was fun. It was nice to kind of get back into that because we hadn't done it for a long time. Though maybe we didn't hear the greatest songs of all time, but it was nice to just. It's nice to go into stuff and just have no idea what we're going to get. That's always fun, especially with like music videos. But
I miss the old days when we would go and we'd we'd literally listen to all the comebacks that happened, and we had no idea what any of them were when they came back.
Yeah. We'll try to do that more.
For those of you who are new, we used to do like a monthly wrap-up and listen to all the comebacks that happened.
When we we were just in a big series there, so obviously it'll take us a second to get the sea legs back as far as the upcoming current events.
Speaking of sea legs, you know what's going to be next week? Probably. Well, it's not on my calendar, so that's not going to work. I thought I was going to bring up so it's a new laptop. I didn't know what was going to happen.
True. It's on the old one, not the new one.
We've got the Halloween one we can record.
Absolutely. And that is always a fun treat.
So we got a couple weeks. We can do the Halloween one coming up. And then after that, really, we got 1 week off in November. And the rest of it, we're going to get ready for the best songs of the year and the award shows.
We have a couple shows coming up in November, too. So that'll be a good, fun reactions from our K-pop shows we're going to go see.
But I'm sure we'll find some other stuff to talk about.
And there's always people coming back. So
true.
We just like don't know what to do with our hands after Girls' Generation because
really
we're so busy. But yeah, that was fun today. Good episode.
Good times.
It was fun.
So almost an hour and 10 minutes. So, I mean, it's
not bad. But yeah, we'll wrap it up with that. I'm JT. He's Fogroff. We are the K-pop Kimchi Podcast, and we love you guys. We will catch you next week. Peace.
Later.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.